as coaches, we take responsibility for, but also want to take responsibility for getting everybody to respond the right way so that we have a chance to improve and help our players be the best players that they can be. Very excited and pleased that Minka was recognized as the SEC Defensive Player of the Week. Injury updates, I think everybody will be fine. This week, Trayvon Diggs will come back and try to practice some today. Tony Brown will be day-to-day throughout the course of the week and won't be able to make a decision on him until sometime later in the week. Arkansas, I think, has got a really, really good team. I think they've got some players that can really make a difference in the game, starting with the quarterback, who certainly played well against us last year. Made some fabulous throws and really good plays. They've got 3 running backs that help them be one of the most effective teams running the ball of anybody that we've played to this point. I think you can sit here and talk about what they have not done as a team, or you can say they should have beat Texas A&M, and they're very capable of scoring a lot of points and being a very good team. I think their defense is a very sound and solid group that, can doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and you got to work hard to execute well to beat them. So this is going to be a challenging game. It always has been for us, and we're certainly going to prepare that way.
What are some of the challenges that are unique to junior college players that transfer in here and to that end? How has Isaiah Buggs really come along since he got here?
Well, I think Isaiah's gotten better and better every week. He certainly probably played his best game in the last game. I think that, one of the things that he's a very instinctive player. He's strong. He's got athletic ability. He can finish on the quarterback. I think one of the things that we really worked hard, and this has been a little bit of an issue, and it was working well for us until we lost to Sean Hand, is how we rotate the front guys to keep them fresh. And because when he gets a little bit tired, it affects him some as a player, which is not all his fault. I mean, we need to keep guys in the game that are fresh, and he's getting better at it. But I think we also need to help him a little bit by making sure that we're rotating enough that he can stay fresh.
It seems from outside looking in, every time you guys have a close game early in the season or are challenged in the fourth quarter, you come back better. Are those games that you can build on, that a team can kind of grow from?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I hope people can look at this game and see how did they advance themselves, in terms of the way they played. Is this, a game that you would tell everybody, yeah, watch me in this game because I really played well? If you can't say that, all right, then you should, take a real look in the mirror and say, what do I need to do to get better here? As coaches, we want to try to help these guys every way they can improve, but the preparation, the right mindset when you get to the game, understanding the challenge that you have when you play on the road, understand the things that you did well and the things that you did poorly and how it could have affected the outcome of the game. And, all those things to me are really, really important. How did we play? How much did it affect us making line calls or whatever because we had a lot of noise in the game? I mean, all these things are things that we should learn from, grow from, be able to improve as a team. And, I do think sometimes when things don't go well, people are a little more willing to respond, and I'm hopeful that our team will respond well in this circumstance.
How have you seen Josh Frazier progress this season and really over the course of his career?
I think Josh is playing the best football he's played since he's been here. I think he's in better shape. Josh is really a run-stopping nose guard type guy for us who plays a lot more when we play against regular teams, which we will. These guys are in regular a lot, which means we play regular. He plays some in nickel. We don't play him a lot in pass rush situations. When he's gone in there, he's done a good job for us, and he's someone that you can count on to do exactly what you expect to get from him, and he's done a good job from that standpoint.
How do you expect Robert Robert Foster to respond after what was a challenging sequence in that second half?
Well, we're always hopeful that players can focus on the next play. I know that was what I was trying to get him to do when I talked to him when he came off the field. I just said, hey, you got to focus on the next play. Don't worry about that. Don't get frustrated with that. Focus on the next play. He had actually three, not so good plays in a row. But no player wants to not play well. I mean, he doesn't want to line up in the wrong formation. He doesn't want to drop a pass. He doesn't want to fumble the ball. He's as frustrated about it as anybody, but I think he has to overcome his frustrations and overcome the adversity of those circumstances and situations and focus on what he needs to do better. And that's what we'll encourage him to do, and hopefully that's the way he'll respond.
What have you seen from Damian Harris as far as specifically his ability to break away from tackles and get downfield quicker than maybe he has in the past? And when you're in a game situation, how much are you weighing the production of a player, in a game, a la Derrick Henry in the past, when he's building up production as it goes when you're deciding reps?
Well, first of all, Damian's, played really well for us this year. I think he's played really well for us in the past when he's been healthy. He's been able to stay healthy, so far this year. Makes good cuts, good decisions, runs the plays the way they're designed to be run, and he has good bursts and acceleration when there is an opening, and he's made more explosive runs for us than anybody else on our team. But I still feel that in the long run, the way he's playing, the way we're using the backs is probably the best thing for our team, because maybe one of the reasons that he is healthy and he's staying healthy and able to do what he's doing is because we're playing more guys at the position. He doesn't have to play as many plays, and I'd rather see him do that over the long haul of the season rather than start running them 30 times in a game and then all of a sudden he's not able to run at all. So I do, in all honesty, when we're standing on the sidelines and we got somebody that's hot, that's running well and making yards, I'm going to play that guy a little bit more, but still not going to try to kill the guy or wear him out.
LeBron Ray, how's his progress been so far? We obviously noticed him on Saturday, and what can he contribute going forward?
Well, I think that it was our plan to probably redshirt LeBron, not thinking that he would play, that much. We actually tried to play him an outside backer when we had all the guys get injured and we lost the backers. But now that we've moved him back to defensive end and we, lost a player there, we felt like he was going to have more opportunity to play, and we needed to play him, and it would actually enhance his development to play because we felt like he was a very instinctive, good, play hard kind of guy, and he is all that, and he is smart, and he's able to go in there and execute and play and react the way we'd like for him to. So he's developed nicely, and we're going to continue to play him.
Obviously, the three freshmen, Smith, Ruggs, and Judy, how would you assess their play through the first 6 games, and what do you feel like they got to do to continue to get opportunities on the field?
Well, I think they're getting opportunities in the field. They're playing almost just as much as the other guys, and we think it's important that all these guys play well, and we're going to continue to work with those guys and hope they progress and hope their experience and knowledge that they gain in the plays that they play help them play with more consistency and work on the things that they need to improve on so that they can be as productive performers as possible. And we think all those guys can contribute to our team. That's why we used them from day one, and I've been pleased with their performance and production, and we'll continue to use them in the future.
You kind of touched on this a little bit already, but in the context of developing and growing a team over the course of a season, do you need games like you had this past Saturday where there is a little bit of adversity, the outcome is in doubt in the fourth quarter?
Look, as a coach, you always want to see your team play well, and I think we got punched in the nose a little bit, especially when we fumbled the ball and they scored a touchdown and the crowd got into the game and they got the momentum of the game. And I think it's important that your team learns how to respond to that. I guess we could debate as to whether we responded very well to that or not. in my opinion, not as well as we need to. So there's definitely an opportunity to learn something from that experience, and that's what we'll try to, take from this. All right, thank you.
kind of to go back to that freshman question, are you surprised with how well you've been able to finish games with so many young players in the game and still being able to kind of keep your foot on the pedal?
Well, I said this in my press conference after the game. It's one thing to go in a game when it doesn't matter and the other team's wore out, tired after 70-some plays. It's another thing to have to go in there and play winning football when the score is 0-0 and you're playing against their best player who is not yet tired, worn out, or whatever. So I am happy with the progress that some of these young players are making. They need to focus on what they need to do to continue to improve, because in most cases they have plenty to improve on, and we're certainly working to help them try to do that so that they can get better. And every player should know that's the intention of every coach, is to try to help them get better and improve as a player.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.